When you first log into the B2 Systems Education Inventory software, you'll be presented with the dashboard, and this is what the dashboard looks like. We have our user information at the top here and the school we're currently editing. You'll see that if you hover over the username, you'll see your user ID, and this can often be helpful for support queries. The person from B2 Systems may ask for your user ID, and that can be really useful. You'll also see here the school that you're editing, and if you have multiple schools that you manage, you can click on the school and choose a different school from the drop down. So at the moment I only have one, but if you had a couple of schools that you managed, you could sort of go in and view a different school, and you'd see all the data from that school as opposed to this school we're viewing at the moment, Test School. Now this help box here is on every page in the software, and you will find a video that you're watching now and also some helpful tips there, and you can open and hide those helps as you need. Underneath that we have options to add new buildings, new rooms and new items, as well as a new report. So each one of those works very similar. You click on the box, that opens up a new window, and you can type in the building name. So let's call this one main block. Okay, main block, and you can choose a building type. So we have two different building types. It's just a regular building, or if it's an outside area or an outside space, you can click that. So we're just going to call that a normal building, add that, and that building has now been added to our school. You can see it up there. That's the same then with the room. So this is going to be say test room 1, and again we can choose a room type, whether it's just a space or it's an actual room. So this one's going to be a room, and the difference there just is that a space, you may classify that as something else, so not a physical room. And then we're going to choose the building that it's in. So you can see there's the main block we created before, and we're going to add this room to that building. So we've added that. We can see that room has been added. And then finally we have the new item window, and this one is a little bit more complex because obviously an item has a few more details that needed to be entered. So the name of it would be what you would classify that item as. So for example, a laptop, and it may be a MacBook Pro. Okay, and that's the description or the model, depending on what type of item it is. We then have to classify this item into a category, and we have quite a few categories here. So this one's going to be IT equipment. So next up we move on to the extend information and the make. So we have a couple already in the system, but you could create your own just by typing in. So we're going to choose Apple, but say for example if this was something else, if this was Microsoft for example, all you would have to do is start typing Microsoft, and then you can choose Microsoft, and that'll create that as the make, but we're going to keep that as Apple. We then need to enter a serial number, so we're just going to give it a fictitious serial number, and also a cost. That's as well optional. We're going to give this a cost of £2,000. And then finally we just need to select the room that's in, and they're classified by building. So we can see main block test room 1, that's the room we just created in the building we created, and we're going to select that. So after we're happy with that information, we're going to add, and we can see that item has been added. So that's pretty much it for the main dashboard. You can, after you've done this, you can click on the view items or view rooms, and that will take you to one of these other pages, and you'll find the information for that on those other pages.